Hi, this is Tina Lorenz, and today I'm here with my good buddy, Kristina Albright. And Kristina, you're in Nashville, Tennessee, right?
I am.
And Kristina and I are in a group together, in a mastermind with Russell Brunson, actually. And we were at an event, and I had recently done a video about 10 ways to power up your copy, and Kristina watched it. And so we were standing in a little line waiting for something, and she turned to me and said, you know what, after I watched that, I was able to write my sales letter. I said, awesome. And so I wanted to know if I could interview you and just talk about that a little bit, how just these 10 points that I went over allowed you to write your entire sales letter. So what happened? You watched it, then what happened?
Well, what happened was I was watching the little videos. She had videos and then action items afterwards, which made it really, really simple and just to the point of exactly what I was trying to get done. So when I would watch each section, then I would just stop after, and she gave us exercises, and then and it was really, really simple. It was just, it cut so many corners, and it really enlightened me to, it doesn't have to be that difficult to write copy. It is just a matter of a process, and the process she shows is so easy and just easy to follow along. I loved it.
Oh, that's awesome, because it's kind of a funny thing, because a lot of times people are just so intimidated about writing their copy. You know, they just feel like, I can't do it, and I'm all lost in the middle of it. And I felt like that when I first started too. But one of the things that I try to do is really synthesize it down into a simpler process that people can actually follow. And so the fact that you implemented step by step, literally step by step, and found that did you find it really did? It's the name of the presentation I did was 10 ways to power up your copy. So did you feel like that's what happened when you wrote the copy that way?
Absolutely. The cool thing was that I had tried and tried to write the sales letter, the sales copy, and I had a draft, but when I went through the steps, then it was like eye-opening, and I was thrilled because I thought, wow, she just taught me something that I can use forever. And so I loved it. I mean, it just cut through, like I said, it just cut through all of the things in my brain and connected everything together to where everything clicked. I loved it.
Awesome. That makes me so happy, because that's really my purpose and goal with doing this. And right now I have a new copywriting program called Authentic Copy 2.0, and it's actually for teaching people who want to work from home as copywriters, or for people like you that are trying to write their own copy for your own products and your own projects and that type of thing. And that's why I always teach that copywriting is a super foundational piece for everything you do, whether you're writing for your own things or writing for someone else. Of course, I'm training people to be able to write copy. And what I ended up doing is the same video that you watched and did this with is one of the bonuses in my program. And so it's because I tried to create bonuses for the training that would really give people the extra fuel that they need to really be able to do this. And so giving everyone what they really need to zero in on how to do this the fastest way possible, but really effectively too. And so it doesn't depend, what I taught, I think you'll be able to confirm this. It doesn't depend on formulas or a script or anything like that. And sometimes when I teach this, people are like, oh my gosh, that particular point was so simple, and yet it was so powerful when I did that to my copy. And yeah. And so I think that's what you experienced. And so when you turned and told me that, I mean, totally unexpected. We're just standing in line waiting, and I was just like, yes. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm going to have to read that sales letter you wrote and see what you did with those things. So, and it really is that step-by-step process. That's what I want people to understand, that it isn't, it's such an important skill, but on the other hand, it's not like rocket science either. And it doesn't take a long time to learn. That's one of the things. If you learn these foundational pieces, that's what I keep preaching, that it is a lot faster and easier than a person might think. And so I think that's what you experienced when you just went home and said, I'm just going to follow it. And I love that you broke it down just step by step, instead of like some big overwhelm of how do I do all these things at once. You literally went through what you were writing, took each step of those 10 ways that I taught, and you just did them all the way through your copy, it sounds like, and then went back to the next one and did that all the way through your copy. And
yes.
so, and
it helps that you're an amazing teacher too. I mean, you just absolutely broke it down perfectly. And so with the steps, that's what made the difference with the step. You watch the video and then you do the exercise, because I think a lot of times what I do, and I know a lot of my other entrepreneur friends do, is we try to watch everything and think, oh, we're going to go through this, and then we'll go back and do all the exercises. And when the way that you broke it down was a really good exercise for me, and it worked. So I have all the confidence in the world. I can't wait for your new program.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Well, you know, the thing is, I'll bet you I'm going to predict that when you write additional sales letters, because I know you're adding other niche markets to what you do, that it's automatic. It's going to be much more automatic for you as you're writing. I'm going to be like that little voice in the back of your head, like, oh, what would Tina do? What would Tina do? I taught someone else, I gave them some suggestions on things to do with their copy. And they literally wrote to me that now when they're writing, it's a husband and wife team. And now when they're writing their copy, they turn to each other and say, Tina would say, and then they do their thing. And then they stop and then Tina would say. So I kind of got the what would Tina say thing, you know? And so I become that little voice in your ear that doesn't go away.
That's probably a better voice. I like that one.
Awesome. Thank you. So I guess in closing, first of all, thank you for sharing this with me, that you did this, because this is always so confirming. I mean, it really just brings me joy when I can teach people how to do this and I see them actually implement. That's the other thing, not just listen, but actually do, right? And get results from it. And it makes me really happy. And I just love seeing that from the people I teach, whether it's just in a casual way where we just happen to be that in a group and you ended up listening to the training, or people that I'm teaching in my program. So I guess in closing, I'd just like to ask you, what would you say to anybody considering signing up for Authentic Copy with me?
I would say it's a no-brainer. Do it right now. Tina is an amazing coach and mentor, and she simplifies things, and just go sign up.
Oh, thank you. Even with a little bit of, you know, what we're doing right now, people might notice I'm in my mobile office because I'm actually on the way to where you happen to be in Nashville, Tennessee, because we're going to a big marketing event in Nashville. And so I'm ready to roll here in mobile office, but that means I'm using my portable internet, and it works really great, but every once in a while it has a little tiny blip. So we might have gotten one, but I think the message came through. So Kristina, thanks so much for joining me today. And I can't wait to see you in a few days in Nashville. And thanks for sharing your story.
I'm excited.
Bye. See you soon.